So we can move on to the Flutter ecosystem. There was a question about Flutter maturity and what libraries does Flutter have?
I think we touched a lot about the ecosystem and the kind of concerns. So I dove into some hardcore research and went to PubDev, which is the central repository for Dart packages, meaning also, of course, Flutter packages. And I pulled out a few numbers. There's roughly almost 14,000 packages there, and just in the last 24 hours, yesterday, there were 22 packages added. So it's growing in fairly fast speed. About the packages themselves, you can see that from all the packages for Dart, 92% roughly are marked as Flutter packages, while the rest are more generic Dart packages that can be like, let's say, the Mongo Dart package that I just used in the Mongo example. So again, kind of a telltale that Dart and Flutter are pretty much the same thing. Flutter has reached version 1.22, so in that case, you can expect it to be fairly stable API-wise. Dart is embedded into the Flutter distribution, so you'll always have the correct version of Dart running. And I would say that on the iOS and Android side, those platforms are quite stable. But then, as we spoke about web and we spoke about desktop, then those are alpha and up and coming. Of course, one kind of good measurement of some platforms kind of production level, or how ready is it for, how stable is then what popular apps have been written. And for Flutter, I could find, well, Google Pay was mentioned now, and then New York Times has written their application with Flutter, as well as Alibaba, which is not a tiny app. So there are some very big ones out there. So of course, it's really hard to say if a platform is stable or not. I would trust. I've trusted already several projects with it. So in that sense, I feel it is. So what libraries does it have? It has 14,000 libraries. Some of the top Flutter packages are here. So you'll have Firestore, as mentioned previously. Then I don't know what the responsive framework is, because that's already built into Flutter itself. But I guess that you can have a separate package for it, and then you'll have your basic widgets for everything. And as I mentioned, it's also super simple to dive down to the native code with plugins and write your own native code as well if you lack something.